Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe below so we can expand our Squatch search with your help. If you do have an encounter to tell, send to SoCalSasquatchOrganization@gmail.com. We now have SCSO Keep on Squatchin' t-shirts available. See link in description below. Join the community and show it off wherever you go.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Report number 7421, Class Alpha. Submitted by witness on Thursday, November 20th, 2003. Classic sighting on wooded Maine Road. Year of encounter, 1998. Season, summer. Month, July. Date, 3rd. State, Maine. County, Oxford County. Nearest town, Wilson's Mills, Maine. Nearest road, Route 16. Observed. My boyfriend and two sons, age 5 and 10, were camping in Upton, Maine. On July 3rd, 1998, we took a ride into Parmacini Lake. The road to get there is off Route 16 in Wilson's Mills, Maine. We drove around most of the day, stopped for a cookout on someone's lot, and then headed out in the early afternoon. It was before 4 p.m. We were riding in a truck, my friend driving and the two boys in the middle, and I was on the passenger side. We came out of what I would call a wooded area at the top of a small hill. The hill rounded a small corner and then straightened out at the bottom. The entire area on the right side was an open area at the bottom. The left side was wooded. There were no vehicles around there or anywhere for that matter. Just as we rounded, we could see at the very bottom of the slight downgrade, approximately 100 to 150 yards, we both saw it at the same time. He looked at me immediately and said, "What did you just see?" I looked at him and without even thinking and said, "Saskatchewan!" What we saw was something unimaginable. The creature was standing on two legs, was very tall, approximately 7 feet, skinny, and was totally covered with long brown fur. What was amazing was this creature never even acknowledged that we were coming towards him in the truck. Although we were not close enough to hit it, it never acknowledged it. The other amazing thing was that its strides were huge. It took it probably 3 strides to cross the dirt road, which was wide enough for 2 vehicles. Its gait was very stoic. We got down to the bottom within seconds. We slowed right down almost to a stop and looked into the woods. There was nothing in there. My boyfriend wanted to stop, but I wouldn't let him because of the children. We also stopped discussing it at the time in fear of scaring the kids. There were no tracks on the ground. We intended to return the next day to see if we could track anything, but it rained really hard that night, so we figured any tracks were gone. I told this story to very few people because I know it's hard to believe. I did tell one of the foresters that worked where I did. This road we went on is gated, and I was able to get a key from my employer. This is why I mentioned it to the forester. I was hoping maybe he had heard similar stories. The creature was on Bose Buck Mountain and headed towards Aziscahos Lake. Also in that area was an old gate near mile marker number 12. Also noticed, just the fact that this creature was walking and proceeded to cross the dirt road without acknowledging anything, just straight large strides, and then it was gone. Other witnesses, 2 adults, driving through the area and heading back to camp. Other stories, no. Time and conditions, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. It was a beautiful clear summer day with a slight breeze. Environment, open hardwood forest, mile marker number 12, an old gate. Follow-up investigation report by BFRO investigator Bill D. This is a classic Sasquatch sighting and is representative of the majority of sightings made all across the country, including northern New England. Although many reports of this type will mention the animal taking a quick look in the direction of the witness, the lack of reaction to the approaching vehicle is not atypical behavior for an animal wishing to be non-confrontational. The avoidance of eye contact and rapid stride out of view is the most typical Sasquatch response to a human witness.